15 years ago, David's world fell apart in a single night. His wife, Anna, walked out the front door with nothing but a suitcase and a cold goodbye. She left behind not only him, but their three young children, Ethan, who was 7, Chloe, who was 5, and little Lily, just 2 years old. She had met another man, someone who promised her excitement and a new life, and she didn't look back. David was crushed. He had to explain to his children why their mother wasn't coming home. The nights were the hardest. Ethan would cry silently into his pillow. Chloe would ask endless questions, and Lily, too young to understand, just called out, "Mama," until exhaustion put her to sleep. David, broken but determined, promised himself one thing. He would never let his kids feel abandoned again. The years were brutal. David worked 2 jobs, days at the factory and nights at the diner. His hands were calloused, his body worn down, but he kept pushing forward. The kids grew up watching his sacrifices, and slowly, the bond between them grew unbreakable. Ethan became the man of the house, Chloe learned to cook and care for Lily, and together, they built a life without Anna. 15 years later, everything had changed. Ethan was in college, studying engineering. Chloe had dreams of becoming a doctor, and Lily, now a bright teenager, was full of laughter and ambition. David, though aged and graying, felt proud every time he looked at them. Against all odds, they had made it. Then one evening, as the family gathered for dinner, a knock echoed at the door. David opened it, and his heart nearly stopped. Standing there was Anna. Her face was older, lined with regret, her eyes carrying a weight that only years of bad choices could give. She clutched her purse nervously and whispered, "David? Kids. It's me." The room went silent. Ethan froze, his jaw clenched tight. Chloe's eyes filled with instant anger, while Lily stared, confused but curious. David stood still, his mind racing. "I made mistakes," Anna began, her voice trembling. "The man I left with, he left me. I lost everything. I thought I had a better life, but I was wrong. I came back, hoping you could forgive me, hoping I could see my children again." Chloe slammed her fork onto the table. "Forgive you? You abandoned us. Do you know how many nights we cried ourselves to sleep? How many birthdays you missed? You don't get to walk back in like nothing happened." Ethan rose from his chair, fists clenched. "You left Dad to pick up the pieces. He sacrificed everything for us. And now you come back because you're lonely?" His voice cracked with rage. "We don't need you anymore." Tears rolled down Anna's face as she looked at Lily. "Sweetheart, you were just a baby when I left. Please give me a chance." Lily, quiet until now, spoke softly. "I don't even remember you. Dad is my mom and my dad. He's the one who was there for me. Why would I call you anything?" David finally spoke, his voice firm but calm. "Anna, when you left, you didn't just walk away from me. You walked away from them. I spent 15 years mending wounds you created. I won't let you reopen them." Anna sobbed, clutching the doorframe. "Please, David, I have nowhere else to go." He shook his head. "You made your choice, and we've built a life without you. Goodbye, Anna." He closed the door, his hands trembling but his heart steady. The children gathered around him, and for the first time, David felt complete. They had survived the storm, and they didn't need the person who had caused it. What Anna didn't realize was that by leaving, she had created something stronger than she ever could have imagined. A family that learned to rise from the ashes without her, and that door never opened for her again.